Hi foodies, this is Jenny here from Jenny's Walk. Let's make some cassava cake, cassava suman, or cassava pudding. This is a great idea I got from my Filipino friend. So here I have my frozen cassava and a piece of ginger. I'm going to put in the food processor and give it a good fine chop. Now this looks about fine. So what I'm going to do now, let's take it out and I'm going to squeeze as much liquid as I can get out of it. You don't have to go crazy, just whatever heavy liquid is in there, get that all out. So now let's put it into our dish. Here I have coconut jelly. In the islands, in the hot state where you have coconut, you could just crack the coconut, get that young jelly and give it a nice little cut. You want some, not tough, but like, jelly. I'm going to use my scissors and give it a little chop because they're very much stringy. So it will, incorporate really nice into that yuca or cassava. So in goes that. Some coconut milk powder to bring some lovely coconut flavor back into it. And I want to add a little bit of ilichi or cardamom powder and some almond essence. Very few ingredients for great taste. After tasting this from my Filipino friend, I've been making this for my family forever. I'm going to add 1.5 tablespoons of white sugar. You could customize that and then grate a little piece of nutmeg and give that a good mix in there. This is optional. You could add some currants, and now in goes my melted butter or raisins if you wish, or you don't have to add any. You could just make it plain. I like the currants in it. So some Angostura cocoa bitters, from the island. I love to use that. My banana leaf, give it a good wash and just pass it over the heat so it will be pliable. And we're going to steam this in my tabletop steamer. A little bit of butter spray on it so it will be loose and nice. Just cut them into even pieces and let's roll this together. This is an anytime dish, anytime dessert for your friends. It tastes better even overnight. It is something similar to what the cassava pone is like, but this is steam and it's not baked and it's just cassava and coconut jelly. No other ground provision or vegetable is used. Nice little fold over there, so it's going to be like a little long, as you can see. Flip that over. Let's put them all together now. Let's do another one. In goes that cassava in there. It is very delightful. You could make it, customize it, tailorize it for you, how you like it, how sweet you want it, and whatever addition you want to add to it, any dry fruits. Give it a good fold like that. And now we want to place this into our steamer. So in my steamer, I'm going to place each of them and I'm going to finish up the rest and put it up. It's going to go in for about 45 minutes because it's fairly small. After 45 minutes, here's our cassava suman, our Filipino dessert or cassava cake, cassava pudding, yuca pudding. Let me know what part of the world you're looking in from, where you join in, and how do you call this dessert, and how do you make it? There's so many different ways and variation to make lots and lots of dessert from cassava or yuca and coconut jelly or the dry coconut. So there we go. This looks divine. Look at that. And you know how cassava have that nice jelly type texture. This is awesome. This is really awesome. I love this. Perfect every time. My family like to eat it the next day. You could eat it warm or you could eat it cold or room temperature. The sugar is enough. The flavors in there is good. I get that nice little crunch in my mouth from that jelly because the jelly went very, very soft. And I just love the texture of that jelly that I got. You could get that in the Asian store. If you're in the islands, you could just pick that up, crack your coconut and put it in. Delightful dish from my kitchen to your kitchen. Happy cooking.